Alright, now let's make this clear. Indiana's mysterious mounds. Now, if you know anything about Indiana, you know the name Indiana simply means, it simply translates to the land of the Indians. The land of the Indians. Now, what did those quote unquote settlers, colonizers do? They named things accordingly, most of the time. Now, again, what we're going to do is just read this simple passage here, and we're going to break it down. Indiana's mysterious mounds, legends of advanced civilizations, meaning more technology than we have today, more abilities than we have today, and giants. Now, this just came out. There's a video that I also encourage you guys to watch on this right here. The link to this article I will have in the description of this video. So if you want to look further into it, feel free to check out the link in the description. And I'm going to read here. Before the first pyramid, so that means before Egypt, before Nubia, before the first pyramid or Stonehenge was built. Okay? So before Europe, before Africa had been built up, okay? Before they were building things up in that region of the world, a mysterious people lived in North America, okay? Where it all started. What I've been telling you, that's where man started. And there's a difference between man and mankind. Once this civilization was quote unquote um, in, faced with the Anunnaki, okay, or Atlanteans, there was, seems to be a genetic modification into what we are now. But these, again, are the original people, our fathers, our mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers. Okay, before the first pyramid or Stonehenge was built, a mysterious people lived in North America. They built large mounds, mostly of earth, sometimes covered in stone, and aligned them to the stars with mathematical precision. Okay? With mathematical precision. That means that these folks did not waste any time as far as getting to getting what they were doing built and the purpose of these things. They weren't out there wasting resources. They weren't wasting time. What they were doing was very, very, very um, strategic. It was very tactful. They had a reason for everything that they did. This was not just people hunting and gathering and just trying to figure it out along. No, these people had it figured out. They were doing it, okay? And they did it over and over again everywhere they went. They built large cities with walls up to 25 feet tall. 25 feet tall and massively long. And in some of their tombs were found giant skeletons ranging from 6.5 feet to 9 feet tall. Okay? Built large cities. Let's not skip over that. Built large cities. This is real shit. All the cities that you see today, they were already there. These cities were already there. That's why they call them founded, not built. That's why they call them established, because they established themselves on that goddamn land. And oh, we'll just call this. They renamed everything. Okay? They renamed everything. They lied. Chicago, Detroit, all throughout. These cities were already up. Alright? Look at it. These people dominated the landscape. They weren't just out here hunting and gathering, trying to survive the ice age. They dominated the landscape. And yet one day they vanished, allegedly. Some of us are still here, and no one seems to know where they are. This is the fascinating story of the Indiana's mysterious mounds, stone fortifications, and the people that built them. Alright, so I'm not going to click on this video here. I've already watched it. But I do encourage you guys to watch it if you haven't. There's so many. Anybody that's pointing you to Africa, anybody who's pointing you in the direction of Africa, you need to turn away from them. Unless you already know what it is, then you can just take what they say with a grain of salt and dissect. But for now, for the beginners who are just trying to learn and figure all this out, anybody who's pointing you to Africa and they're not going themselves, you need to stay away from them. How's come the people who point you to Africa aren't going themselves? How come they don't go to Africa? The people telling you to go there, how come they don't live there? Oh, they'll take you on a tour. Oh, they'll show you around, but they always come back. Why is that? Why is that? Especially those who can, quote unquote, afford to live there or get there per se and just stay. Because again, those same people, why would you cross an ocean? Why would you cross an ocean to look at something that you actually have right here under your nose that you don't need a passport for? You can drive to these places. You can drive to these places. People who live in Illinois, people who live in Indiana, people who live all throughout the Midwest and in Americas and whatnot, they have pyramids right under them. And they are told that Africa is where the pyramids are. And these things are older than the pyramids in Africa before the first pyramid or Stonehenge. Mathematical precision. These things were lined up with mathematical precision. Okay? Precision, precise, detail, extreme advanced techniques. Things that we don't even understand today. But yet you want to get told, you want to listen to the folks telling you to go to Africa. It's right here, folks. It's right here. Literally, it's right here. Most motherfucking heightened. The indigenous patriot.